Hey everyone, welcome to another Still Moments with Jesus, where I'm your host, Minister Brian Samuel Apati, and today I have with me the Jerusalem Bible. Now, for those of you who are familiar with this Bible, it is okay, you can skip over this video. But for those of you who have not heard of this Bible, I'd say stick around. This is actually a pretty good Bible. Now, this Bible is not new or recent, as you can tell. It is definitely shows signs of its age, and even design wise, right? It's pretty old. And this particular Bible was retailing at I don't know if I can show you this, 9.95 back in the day. Isn't that interesting? I got this for almost double the amount on Etsy the other day. It's a Bible I first heard about during a trip to Israel in 2011. I had gone with my church at the time, Situm in Kenya, and they and that trip was just amazing. During that trip, I got to walk across and walk along the Via Dolorosa, the way of suffering that Jesus is said to have taken on these beautiful streets. And alongside the streets, you have with you uh, vendors, you have merchants who are selling different wares. All of them like very unique wares. Some like little, like amateur like city models of Jerusalem from the second century A.D. Some from like modern day Israel. Just very interesting like wares. Some jewelry, some books, and yeah, clothes, some prayer cloths. I have a prayer shawl with me somewhere. I need to look it up again. But this was among the books that I saw. So it was covered in olive wood in the front and the back, and typically would not be this size. The Jerusalem Bible will not be this size; it'll be a little smaller, and that's mainly because it'll most likely just be the New Testament alone, and it had the Jerusalem cross on it as well. Have you seen the Jerusalem cross before? It kind of looks like this plus and like a cross sign, but then with mini crosses on each side of the cross. So it would typically have that, and then it would have Jerusalem Bible on the top. So something to know about this Bible. Originally, uh, originally translated in the French from Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew. It is a Bible that has been esteemed and valued by people across so many religious traditions and faiths, and not just the church alone. And after reading this book, which at the time I didn't realize how valuable this Bible would be, I came to realize that wow, this is a text to own. This is really a Bible to use for like your Bible study, your devotionals, and just your time with God. It really does have an insane, insanely good um, translation going on with it. So it was translated in English in 1966. Yes, that is how old this book is. This Bible is. That's how old it is. Um and has since then been such a source of inspiration that they even came up with a newer version called the New Jerusalem Bible. But I'm a stickler for for the OGs, for the original. So this is one that I pitched to you, the Jerusalem Bible. Uh, it is also a Bible that I have found really sticks faithfully to the languages, for the most part. Like really good translation. And in its own way, it knows how to communicate ancient ideas from the text to the modern reader, and that's something I'm going to give praise to the translators of this text for. For those of you who have been looking for a Bible that is older, and you are sticklers for like older translations like I am, this is a Bible I can easily pitch to you. So it is not what we know as a dynamic translation, as like the Message Bible or the Passion Translation. It is more, I'd say, it leans more as a more standard, not really middle of the way, but more of a strict, like kind of in the same vein as NASB. I was want to avoid using so many terms that would not be easy to communicate just how amazing this book is and the manner in which it was translated. It's more in the veins of, let's say, the NASB and the RSV than it is, as I mentioned earlier, the Message or um, the TPT, the Passion Translation. This is a Bible to use. If you're young, not a bad translation. If you're someone who's Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, or any one of those Christian traditions, this is also not a bad translation. As I said, it really was esteemed by people from across nearly all denominations and you know, walks of life. This is a Bible I'd pitch to you. So for those of you seeking to get into the Bible and just really want to just read and just try and get to understand what's going on in the text, this is a very personal feeling Bible. I'd advise to get it. Please grab it. And thank you again for joining us for this Still Moments of Jesus, where I discuss the Jerusalem Bible. Have a blessed evening.